Fans of the Deadliest Catch know that to crabfish on the Bering Sea, you must be a brave person. However, even though they seem fearless, there can be some limits to their courage. No one knows better than F/V Time Bandit Captain Johnathan Hillstrand. He recently had to muster up all of his courage to do something very hard. Here are the details. Deadliest Catch fan favorite Captain Johnathan Hillstrand has been fishing for almost all of his life. The Hillstrands have been fishing on their boat, the S/V Time Bandit. That means that the crew is as much a part of their family as their own flesh and blood. Captain John is also one of the most sensitive captains in the fleet. He is known to tend to injured birds, as well as fret over an injured crew member. Therefore, it may not be any surprise that saying goodbye to his best friend is one of the hardest things he has ever done. On Tuesday, people reported that Hillstrand has finally found the courage to say goodbye to his close friend and ship's engineer, Mike McCullen. Mike had recently died, and his ashes were on board the famous crab boat. However, his son Jesse, who is a crew member on the F/V Time Bandit, could not sleep. That was because his father's ashes were next to him. Was it time to let his beloved father go? He needed Captain Johnathan to help him as they had grown up together, being best friends in high school. They have been through a lot of things in life. Now, the captain needs to find the courage to do one last thing. The late engineer's son and Johnathan decided it was time to scatter the ashes and let his spirit go. Speaking like the caring captain that he is, Johnathan explained, "We just need to take care of his dad, and then he might be able to sleep." However, Johnathan also admitted, "I've been putting it all off because it's been so emotional for me." Shedding tears, he tells Jess let's go bury Mike. He then added, "He's restless, let him go." We use Twitter plugin to embed content that may collect data about your activity. Please review the details and accept the service to see this content. Powered by user-centric consent management platform now, it was time for the Deadliest Catch Captain, Johnathan Hillstrand, to say goodbye to his best pal and late engineer Mike McCollum. A ship's captain can perform a lot of ceremonies including weddings. Yet, saying goodbye has to be the most difficult, even for a seasoned veteran. Speaking in front of the crew, Johnathan turned to Jesse and shared his deepest feelings. "Jesse, I love your dad. He's my best friend. This is hard to do." He then apologized for taking so long to make this day happen. "I'm sorry this took me so long. I haven't had the courage to do it." He then finished by admitting how hard this is to say goodbye. Hillstrand eulogized his best pal, with tears in his eyes. He shared how he was a great dad. Next, he proceeded into prayer. The crew then honored the late engineer by spreading his ashes. As Jesse spread them in St. George Canyon, another crew member rang a bell. Johnathan then spoke his final goodbye to his dearly departed friend. "Your spirit's free, Mike." After the crew supported Jesse, someone off-camera reminded them all that Mike would now tell them to get back to work. We use Twitter plugin to embed content that may collect data about your activity. Please review the details and accept the service to see this content. Powered by user-centric consent management platform. Don't miss the Deadliest Catch on Discovery Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This series is also available to stream on Discovery Plus. Deadliest Catch fans, what did you think of this final goodbye to Mike McCollum? Georgia Macatello has several decades of writing experience, including travel writing, tech writing, art history analysis, and now entertainment writing. She loves to share the latest news on rom-coms and mysteries. Deadliest Catch. Johnathan Hillstrand honors departed friend in the harsh, icy waters of the Bering Sea. Survival is never guaranteed. On the Discovery Channel's hit show Deadliest Catch, viewers have witnessed the relentless challenges of Alaskan king crab fishing, a profession known as one of the most dangerous in the world. For over a decade, Johnathan Hillstrand has been a familiar face to fans, embodying the rugged determination and grit required to tame the deadly waves. As the co-captain of the S/V Time Bandit, Johnathan has faced towering waves, mechanical failures, and the ever-looming threat of tragedy. But no amount of preparation can shield one from the loss of a friend. Johnathan Hillstrand, known for his larger-than-life personality, infectious laugh, and undeniable leadership, recently took time to honor a friend and fellow fisherman who passed away. For those who have spent their lives at sea, the bond between crewmates runs deep, deeper than most friendships on land. There's an unspoken understanding between those who risk their lives together, a camaraderie, braving the worst that nature has to offer. And when one of those crew members passes on, the grief feels as vast and cold as the ocean itself. The loss of a friend in the fishing community hits hard. It's a reminder of the unforgiving nature of the job, but it's also a moment to reflect on the life and legacy left behind. Johnathan's tribute to his fallen comrade was more than just words. It was a heartfelt acknowledgement of the sacrifices and the tight-knit brotherhood that binds fishermen together. The bond of fishermen. Beyond blood, the life of a crab fisherman is one of extremes. Long hours in freezing temperatures, punishing physical labor, and the constant threat of injury or death can wear a person down. For those who choose this path, it's not just a job. It's a calling. It's a life that tests the limits of endurance, willpower, and sanity. Over time, crewmates become more than just colleagues, they become family. And like any family, the loss of one member shakes the foundation. Johnathan Hillstrand's tribute to his friend reflects the deep bonds that fishermen form with one another. Unlike many other professions, the stakes on the water are incredibly high. On a crab boat, you rely on your fellow crew members for survival. They're the ones who will pull you back if you fall overboard, who will step in when things go wrong, and who will be there to share in the hard-won victories when the haul is good. These friendships are formed in the most extreme conditions, and as a result, they're often unbreakable. There's a trust that builds among men who know that at any moment, their lives could depend on each other's actions. When a friend and fellow fisherman passes away, it's not just a personal loss. It's a loss for the entire crew, and in some ways, for the entire fishing community. Honoring the memory of a fallen comrade in his tribute, Johnathan Hillstrand didn't hold back in expressing his grief, but he also didn't let the sadness overshadow the legacy his friend left behind. Johnathan is known for his no-nonsense attitude, but beneath that tough exterior is a man who feels deeply for those he cares about. His words were not just a farewell, but a celebration of a life well lived, a life that embodied the courage, resilience, and unyielding spirit of a fisherman. For Johnathan, the tribute was more than just an expression of sorrow. It was a way to honor the memory of someone who shared in the dangers and the triumphs of life at sea. In the world of crab fishing, death is an ever-present possibility, but it's also a reminder of why every moment matters. Fishermen like Johnathan live with an understanding that life can be fleeting, and as a result, they cherish the bonds they form with their crewmates. In honoring his friend, Johnathan shared stories of their time together on the Time Bandit. He talked about the long nights they spent hauling in crab pots, the times they laughed in the face of danger, and the moments of quiet reflection when the sea was calm. These memories, though bittersweet, are a testament to the enduring impact that one life can have on many. The Deadliest Catch, family Deadliest Catch, has always been more than just a show about fishing. At its core, it's about the people who choose this life, their struggles, their triumphs, and the unique relationships they form along the way. Over the years, viewers have seen Johnathan Hillstrand and his fellow captains navigate not only the challenges of the Bering Sea, but also the personal hardships that come with life in such an extreme environment. When a member of the Deadliest Catch family passes away, it's not just a loss for the crew. It's a loss for the millions of fans who have followed their journey. Johnathan's tribute was a reminder of this connection, a shared grief that extends beyond the deck of the Time Bandit. Fans of the show have come to know and love the captains and crews, and they feel a deep sense of loss when tragedy strikes. For Johnathan, the tribute was also a way to remind viewers of the reality of life on the Bering Sea. While Deadliest Catch offers a glimpse into the world of crab fishing, it's important to remember that this is more than just entertainment. The dangers are real, and the losses are personal. By honoring his friend in such a public way, Johnathan helped to bring attention to the sacrifices that fishermen make in pursuit of their livelihood. Legacy and life at sea. The sea has always been a place of mystery and danger, but for those who choose to spend their lives on it, it's also a place of profound beauty and meaning. For Johnathan Hillstrand, the ocean has been both a friend and a foe, a source of livelihood and a reminder of the fragility of life. In honoring his friend, Johnathan acknowledged the deep connection that fishermen have with the sea, a connection that goes beyond the physical and into the spiritual. There's a saying among fishermen, "The sea doesn't give up her dead." It's a reminder that